Hi, my name is Carmen.
My name's Rochelle.
And my name is Avery.
And we'll be talking about
Second wave feminism.
Let's start with bra burning. During the women's rights movement, no one really burned bras, hence why it was only symbolic, though it was encouraged. At the Miss America protest, women had freedom trash cans to throw things like bras, girdles, tweezers, high heels, curlers, and many other items considered feminine, so they could be set on fire, symbolically, a symbolic bra burning. A reporter thought he remembered a brief fire, but no one else recalls. The symbolic bra burning was to take a stand for the women's rights movement. For the women who didn't burn their bras, they simply walked around without one, as many women are starting to do today. Getting rid of bras was to symbolically get rid of the idea of valuing women for their looks and not for who they truly are. Many people get caught up in the absurdness of bra burning, and it distracts from what the women's rights movement really stands for: social justice for all women. Unfortunately, there is a term to describe how women have an invisible barrier that stops them from advancing in their profession. It blocks them from getting to the top. The second wave fought for gender equality, specifically in laws and culture. The second wave was a result of the war, with women being occupied with the war effort and the workforce. But after the war, the baby boom kept many women at home, working almost 100 hours per week. In the 1960s, feminists fought for women to join the workforce. They also fought gender discrimination in the workplace. Though it was effective, the glass ceiling is still an issue in Canada. In fact, we're far from breaking it. The wage gap isn't closing quick enough. Women with MBAs earn $8,167 a year less than men with the same degree in their first job out of school. Other than the obvious wage gap, women aren't encouraged to take careers in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Although the difference between working men and women is narrowing in Canada, there is still room for improvement, especially for Aboriginal, immigrant, and disabled women. In the Glass Ceiling Index, which is an index that shows the difference between men and women in terms of earnings, Canada ranks 11. Canada may be doing better than other countries, but we still have so much more to improve.
Thank you, Rochelle. Now let's go to Avery.
The start of the second wave of feminism was in the 1950s. There were many accomplishments made for women's rights, but the largest one was definitely in the 1960s. In the late 60s, women in Halifax and Vancouver started forming groups through the discovery of sisterhood power. As time progressed, these groups started to merge and grow. One group was called the Women's Caucus and was organized in 1968. From 1968 to 1971, members of the Women's Caucus planned the Abortion Caravan, which was Canada's first national feminist protest. This protest was to fight for the legalization of abortion. The protest was successful and abortion was legalized under certain conditions. The first condition was the pregnancy had to threaten the health of the mother. The second condition was that the abortion had to be performed by a licensed physician, and the third and final condition was that the abortion had to be approved by a therapeutic abortion committee, which was a panel of 3 doctors that were predominantly male. Any abortion performed outside these rules was still considered illegal. This was still a significant victory for the Women's Caucus and the ongoing journey between men and women.
Now let's talk the Montreal Massacre. What was the Montreal Massacre? The Montreal Massacre, also known as the École Polytechnique Massacre, occurred on December 6, 1989. At the École Polytechnique in Montreal, Quebec, 25-year-old Marc Lepine, armed with a Mini 14 rifle and a hunting knife, shot 28 people, killing 14 women before committing suicide. He began his attack by entering a classroom at the university where he separated the male and female students after claiming that he was fighting feminism and calling the women a bunch of feminists. He shot all 9 women in the room, killing 6. He then moved through corridors, the cafeteria, and another classroom, specifically targeting women to shoot. Overall, he killed 14 women and injured 10 other women and 4 men in just under 20 minutes, before turning the gun on himself. His suicide had political motives and blamed feminists for ruining his life. The note included a list of 19 Quebec women whom Le Pen considered to be feminist and apparently wished to kill.
Created using Powtoon.